The Dreidel That Wouldn't Spin, A Toy Shop Tale of Hanukkah by Martha Seif Simpson, illustrated by Durga Yale Bernard. It was the most beautiful dreidel the shopkeeper had ever seen. The Hebrew letters Nun, Gimel, Hey, and Shin glistened against the brightly painted colors on its four sides. Nes Gadol Hayen Shem. A great miracle happened there, said the shopkeeper to himself. The peddler held it up. Notice how it is hand-painted on the finest wood. This is one of a kind. I'll take it, the shopkeeper said. Hanukkah begins in 2 days, and I have already sold all my dreidels. This one should fetch a handsome price. Perhaps, said the peddler, but the miracle of Hanukkah cannot be bought. That may be, the shopkeeper said, but right now I am more concerned with turning a profit than I am in miracles. And he placed the dreidel in the display window. That afternoon, a man and his daughter strolled into the shop. They carried packages from the most expensive stores in the town. The shopkeeper admired their finely tailored garments. Choose anything you like, the man said. The girl raced through the shop, piling toys up on the counter. The shopkeeper rubbed his hands in anticipation as he mentally added up the sale. When the girl finished, her father paid for the items and started for the door. Wait! Shouted the girl. I need a dreidel. The man surveyed the store. There are none here. We will look elsewhere. Excuse me, sir, the shopkeeper said. This should please your daughter. He carefully lifted the dreidel out of the window and placed it on the counter. The father read the price on the tag. So expensive! The girl stamped her foot. But I want it! And the man shrugged. He paid the shopkeeper and left with his daughter. The next morning they rushed into the shop. Thief! Cried the man. This dreidel doesn't work! What do you mean? The shopkeeper asked. How can a dreidel not work? Look! The girl demanded. She stood the dreidel on the counter and gave it a twist. But instead of spinning, bonk, it just fell over. You see? She said. The shopkeeper sighed. Well, then what would you like in exchange? Scoundrel! Hissed the man. I spent a tidy sum here yesterday. I demand my money back, or you will face the consequences. The shopkeeper turned pale. Such an important man could ruin his business. Of course, sir. Here you are. I don't wish to argue. The man took the money and stormed out the door with his daughter. How can a dreidel not work? The shopkeeper wondered. He stood up and he gave it a twist. The dreidel spun smoothly for a minute, then slowed down and came to a stop. There's nothing wrong with it, mumbled the shopkeeper. Even so, he was shaken enough to reduce the price before replacing it in the window. Soon afterward, a woman and her son arrived. They dumped their bulky packages onto the floor. The shopkeeper observed how well-fed they looked. We want to see that dreidel in the window, the woman demanded. Certainly, the shopkeeper answered. He gingerly picked it up. The boy grabbed it from his hands. This is much bigger than my other dreidels. Buy it for me, mother. The shopkeeper forced a smile as the boy repeatedly tossed the dreidel into the air and caught it. Surely you wouldn't deny your son a dreidel for Hanukkah, he asked, the woman keeping a watchful eye on his merchandise. The mother pulled out her purse. Children today, they want everything. The shopkeeper gave a quiet sigh after they left. The next morning, the couple burst through the door. Cheat! Accused the woman. You sold us a broken dreidel. The shopkeeper watched as the boy tried to spin it and failed. Not wishing a repeat of the previous day's outburst, he quickly refunded the money. After they left, the dreidel again spun without trouble for him. I don't understand it. He shook his head and removed the price tag. Regretfully, he slipped the dreidel into a shelf behind the counter. That afternoon, a man and boy were gazing into the shop window. They carried no packages. The shopkeeper noted the patches on their ill-fitting clothes. Shyly, they opened the door. Pardon us, said the man. We have no money to spend, but it is almost Hanukkah, and your toy shop is so cheerful. May we come in just to look? The shopkeeper hesitated, but No one else was in the store, and the boy looked so hopeful. He gestured for them to come in. The boy's face lit up as he took in the wonders of the toy shop. He touched nothing, but pointed to everything. See, Father, the funny smile on that doll, and look at the markings on that Noah's Ark. Oh, and that soft stuffed bear must be. How soft he must be. Thank you for bringing me here, Father. The shopkeeper's heart was touched. Here was a child who saw beyond price or appearance, one who understood what is truly precious. The man put his arm around his son and then turned to the shopkeeper. Thank you, kind sir, for allowing us into your wonderful store. May you be blessed by the miracle of Hanukkah. Wait, friends, the shopkeeper called as his visitors turned to leave. I would like you to have this. He gently held out the dreidel. It's beautiful, the boy cried as he gazed at the bright, joyful colors and the letters that sparkled like a menorah's candles. It looks just the way Hanukkah feels, doesn't it, Father? This dreidel is indeed special, agreed the man. We cannot accept such a fine gift. Yes, said the shopkeeper, the dreidel is beautiful, but twice I have sold it, and both times it was brought back because it wouldn't spin. You would be doing me a favor by taking it. After thanking the shopkeeper, the boy turned to his father. May I try it? He asked. The father nodded. Gently, the boy stood the dreidel on its tip, and then with a quick flick of his fingers, he gave the stem a twist. The dreidel spun gracefully on the countertop, its letters shimmering amidst the swirl of colors. They watched in awe as the dreidel spun for several minutes, longer than any dreidel they had ever seen. At last, it stopped and fell onto one side. They all blinked in astonishment. The letter Gimel had transformed into the letter Kuf, and another letter Shin, and changed to the letter Pei. The shopkeeper immediately understood why. Niskaten hayapo, he said quietly in Hebrew. A small miracle happened here. This dreidel was clearly meant for you, the shopkeeper said after a pause. Please take it, and may it bring you much happiness. As he watched them walk away with their treasure, the shopkeeper recalled the peddler's words. Though many people came to his toy shop, it had taken a boy of simple means to remind him that the miracle of Hanukkah truly could not be bought. The end.